Alright, I've got my pieces, I've got my dock, I've got my cord, I can put them together, I can do this! I can do this!
Oh, hey there friends, I'm Andrew, welcome to the Scrap Box, and today we're talking about docks. But not like these kind of docks. I'm talking about this kind of dock. This is my old dock from my old lighthouse. And as you can tell, it's number one, extremely dusty. Number two, falling apart. Number three, it's attached directly to the cliffside that used to hold the lighthouse. And the problem with that is, this is the cliffside to my lighthouse now. And they, don't really match up scale-wise. So today we will be building a brand new dock for the lighthouse. Now before we get started, there's one thing I do want to look up. Dock versus pier.
A pier is a platform that extends outward from the shoreline over water. On the other hand, a dock can extend out into the water, but also along the coastline.
Apparently there's huge philosophical debates of what is a dock and what is a pier and what is a wharf. I don't know. But nobody come after me in the comments. We're calling it a dock because I already filmed the intro. Bloop, bloop.
Docked and loaded.
Part 1. The base.
We're going to be using this 16 by 32 base plate as the base, because it's a base plate. Yeah, it's a base plate. There's only one problem, and that's the fact that this slope is really steep to get up to ground level. And that's going to be hard. I've already done so much sand work, and you want me to do more? Fine. We gotta milsify this base plate, and we're gonna start with some Technic bricks for compatibility. Then you hope you have enough bricks for the front and the back. Hey, I actually did have enough bricks for the front. Yeah, good enough. Then you gotta put other bricks in there for things like structural integrity. And then you could put on your big plates on the top. Back here where all the sand will be is the perfect place to put your weird discolored base plates, because no one will ever see them. Unless you make a YouTube video of it. All done. At some point we have to make the dock, and at some other point we have to make the sand at the bottom. If I make the dock first, then it's going to be a pain to put the sand under the dock that's already built. However, if I put the sand first, then I'm going to have to deconstruct part of the sand to put the dock in there. And in a lose-lose situation, we go home. Or we could just use an ounce of foresight. Just a little planning. Planning. That's not like me.
But plan we shall. And these 2x2 cylinders are going to be the basis for where we're putting the poles.
I'm going to give them 2 studs of clearance. So they're going to start right here. And they need to be 6 apart.
2, 4, 6, 8.
Now, from what we can tell from this and this, is the fact that these 4 will be fine. And these 2 will need a little adjustments to go along with the slope. Given that information, we can build the sand.
Part 2. Terrain.
Now, as I build up the sand, it probably wouldn't surprise you, given all the other sand I've done, that I'm running really low on tan slopes. In fact, I'm using chunks of my old city to compensate in whatever way I can, but even these don't have a lot of slopes on them.
What does that mean? It means I'm gonna have to get pretty creative with what I'm making.
Okay, so I've built up pretty well up to the point of the 2 little poles right there, which are gonna be sticking out. Don't worry, they're gonna be tiled off. And here's the problem I think is going to happen. This is all smooth and tiled, and down here is gonna be a lot of liveliness. However, I'm afraid that the further this goes up, that it's going to lose any sense of beauty. But we'll see.
I don't know how I'm gonna make any more. This is it. This is all the slopes. And you'll notice there's like 3 of them. But anyways, this is done. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we can actually build the poles.
I'm also using some plates and 1x1 circular plates to either... I don't know if that gives me the effect I want, but let's see. I think it looks like something's corroded the pillar a little bit, and maybe some barnacles have grown on it, but let me know what you think in the comments.
The cylinders are done. Now I'm gonna fill this area. We're gonna want 3 things. We're gonna want plants, we're gonna want fish, and we're gonna want rocks and other debris. I've got my addition of carrot coral coming in. I got me some fancy rocks.
The pioneers used to ride these babies for miles.
I think I've littered the ground with enough plant life, among other things. It's time for some wildlife. Now in my hand, I've got a little stockpile. Let's see where they fit. With the help of a little claw, we are going to set our oyster right in there, peeking out. I'm actually gonna change these 3 tiles to one of these, so I can put a crab on top. There we go. Money, 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 money. In this little corner, we're gonna hide a seahorse. Stick another little clamshell under the tire. And we still have plenty of space for fish. And then, of course, my favorite addition, a stingray, or a manta ray, depending on how particular you are. That's what my transparent rod is for. Perfect angle. Not bad.
Now I just have to make the dock. Part 3, the dock.
Now, one of the things I really didn't like about the old dock was the fact that these cylinders have little rivets in them. Plus, if you look over there, you can see that there's no pole that I put. I could have easily put a pole in there, but I didn't, and now this happens. I just actually broke one of those pieces. I'm so sad. The brittle brown strikes again.
This time they'll be sturdier because I'm using Technic axles and connectors. Plus these pieces give it a nice cohesive look. And with a little force we could get them all into place. There we go. Now each pole is unique and it's different and they all look pretty good except for the fact that I'm gonna have to find a way to put the water tiles on top of it. And I think I'm gonna use these plates with Technicals. Now when I make water, it's basically the junction between land and water is where I actually put the tiling. And everything else is left empty space. That way you could see down into the bottom of the ocean. And it saves me a bunch of pieces. I even used the same effect in my old dock to varying degrees of success. The plates with the Technicals will allow me to place the water down, but also have the poles from the bottom connect to the ones on the top. This is what the bare bones structure looks like, and this is what it looks like when all the plates are connected. Now all I have to do is tile it, which is awful. 1,000 years later.
Not bad, not bad. I got that whole thing tiled off. Got my little waves in there. Pillars are gonna be here, 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 here. And I've got a place for the dock to end. I think I made a huge mistake. I wanted each plank to be 6 studs wide, and therefore when I first planned this out, I made each cylinder 6 studs apart. However, since these are technically 2x2s and these are in the middle, now the gap is more than 6 studs apart. Alright, I had to use some jumper plates, but I think we solved the problem. Now this and this are both 6 studs apart, and well, we're gonna have to see how it looks when the whole thing's put together. Now we're getting somewhere. We're gonna put some headlight bricks here and here, because I'm going to try to attach some tires to the side.
5 more minutes. I'm too tired.
Got all my tires in a row, and for these little anti-studs, these classic lifesavers, they're tires too. Now no boats are gonna damage this dock. I put some snot bricks with tiles on the other side to help block things out. Got my second set of plates on there, and it's time to tile this off. I'm gonna replace 2 of these reddish brown 1x6s with, oh, I dropped one, with one of these. That way we can put stuff on it. There we go. Now it rarely makes sense to make an entire dock and then not have anybody be able to get to it. So I did make these stairs. Now people can actually get up to the dock.
Now the final part is simply adding some details. Part 4, details.
I'm gonna put a little bit of rope at the end of the dock, and we'll stick a little barrel right here. I'm thinking maybe 2 more things to finish it off. I wanna make a little bulletin board or signpost like I did for this one. However, this is really small and we gotta make it bigger. So I've built this one. I haven't put any, stickers on it yet, but I think it'll be good for now. Right there. Not bad. The last thing we need to add is something to let us know on a dark night where the end of the dock is, and the best way to do that is with a lamppost. Stick it on right there. Will I light it up? Probably. Will I do it this episode? Probably not. I'm gonna probably wait until I make the beach area and then the lighting can all go together. Let's put in some last details and then we can take a final look. I've got a newspaper as some debris. And two fishermen taking a strange crate onto land. Where did the fishermen come from? Well, that might just be a hint of a future project. And now, the final look.
And there you have it. We made a dock as easy as... Oh boy, it'd be... it would have been sad if I didn't get it that time. Alright, let me know down below what you want to see next. I do have a few projects in mind. If you have any idea of what goes on that little bulletin board, I'd love to know. And of course, I've been Andrew, you've been watching the Scrapbox. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell, all that fancy stuff. Make sure to check the produce drawer in your refrigerator because you know you put things in there and then they're gone forever. Alright, have a good one. Bye!